Tell you what I've figured out, Pilo.
Yeah.
I'm not in mid-season roost form. Getting a little older anyway.
You're feeling it, huh?
But I mean, well, it's just we started off with every game feels like a regional
It really does.
already. You know, I'm seeing people I hadn't seen in a while, and it's like a Tuesday, and we're kicking the crap out of Alabama, and
Yeah.
the beers just flow.
You love to see
They
it.
do. But anyway, yes, it's fun. That's awesome. This is our favorite time of year. We've got two awesome guests, so let's go ahead and get to the show.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the Top Talk. Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to another episode of To the Top Talk, brought to you by Yingling Flight. To the Top Talk is the original and longest-running Southern Miss podcast in the market. We're recording this episode on
Wednesday, February 25th.
From beautiful Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Here, as always, with your break from the High Resource 4 propaganda to talk a little Southern Miss athletics. I'm your host, Jason Bailey. Joining me now, the one and only Patrick Lowry.
Hey, man, feeling good. What a day.
Yeah, I'm feeling great about the guests that we have on. But
Yeah.
man, I'm beat this week. It's only Wednesday.
I know.
I'm like, whew.
Yeah, no, Lisa just asked me. She's like, how is it only Wednesday? I feel like we've
Yeah.
lived 6 days already.
It's dragging.
Here we are.
But today's episode is, of course, brought to you by Yingling Flight. Yingling Flight is a premium light beer brewed by DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, the oldest brewery in America. 95 calories, only 2.6 grams of carbs, 4.2% ABV per 12-ounce serving. Crisp, clean, refreshing taste, now available in 12-ounce slim cans and screw-top 16-ounce pints. Pick yourself up some Yingling Flight today. So what happened since the last time we recorded? Well, basketball is kind of nearing the end of the regular season.
Yep.
We went to Texas and played a tournament in Round Rock, and that went really well, won that tournament. Men's golf with another impressive showing. Then I talked about it a second ago. We really spanked Bama at the Pete. That was awesome. And we booked a couple of fantastic guests. You have heard these guys before on here 3 or 4 times, it feels like. But the current head coach at West Jones High School and all-time hit leader in Southern Miss baseball history, Trey Sutton.
Yo.
Welcome, Coach. And also, former Golden Eagle shortstop and current Double-A shortstop for the Kansas City Royals organization, Dustin Dickerson.
Welcome,
Fellas,
in.
how we doing?
What's up?
Outstanding.
Trey,
Yeah,
I'm really glad that there's no chance of thunderstorms for tonight.
Right.
Because
I'm sitting in the same spot that I almost died.
you
That was
almost met
a-
your maker.
Remarkable moment in To the Top Dog history. But so, fellas, I mean, thanks for hopping on and everything. But Coach, start with you. How are things with you and the fam? Saw Liam there sitting in your lap a minute ago.
Yeah, we're good. Just busy time of year, playing ball. And Liam will be 4 in May, and May will be 2 in April. So not sleeping the greatest currently some nights, but you just
It
make
gets
it
better.
work.
It gets better, I promise.
That's what I hear. So, but baseball season has started at the Pete, and everybody's got something to be excited about there. So,
No doubt.
Agreed.
Dustin, you're in year 3 of professional baseball. It doesn't seem possible that it's been that long, but if you can kind of just put that into words real quick. I mean, how's the journey been so far, and where are you now?
Yeah, it's hard to believe that 3 years ago was when I was at Southern Miss. It feels just like yesterday. But my first year I was in Davenport, Iowa, and then last year I was in Northwest Arkansas in Double-A, and actually got about a month in Triple-A. So it was pretty cool. Northwest Arkansas was a lot better than Davenport, Iowa. Reminded me of home a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got engaged this past off season.
Oh,
Yeah, so I
Congrats.
feel like a grown man. Thanks. Other than that, just getting to spring training, getting going. I had to report a couple weeks earlier this year because the big league guys have the World Baseball Classic. So hopefully getting some games over there and play well. And only bad thing about that was I missed opening weekend and some games at the Pete. But other than that, it's pretty good.
Sure.
Nice. Dustin, we'll start with you. What kind of has been the biggest adjustment, as you've kind of got a couple years under your belt now at the pro level and kind of moving, out of college and into pro ball, kind of walk through the biggest adjustment for you for that?
Yeah, I guess just playing every single day. Uh, Luckily, they implemented that we have a mandatory off day every week. So every Monday, once the season gets going, is an off day. Other than that, we play 6 days a week, and at Southern it was 4 days a week. Some days five, but 4 days a week a lot of the time. And I don't know. It seems like 2 extra games a week wouldn't be that much, but it's a lot, and it's about like a 6 month season plus spring training. So I think just being able to take care of my body and being on the field every day has been the biggest thing.
So what's something that you remember telling Dustin throughout high school, and maybe some didn't, maybe still to this day? I think you guys talk a lot, but just is there something back in high school though that you remember you had to just stay on him about, like something you had to tell him every day?
I mean, to be honest, I didn't really. I mean, you coached him obviously, but I think I've said it on here before. A lot of days it was more just like let him go. And he's grown up some. Back then, you had to rein him in a little bit every now and then, but you'd rather have to do that than the other way around. So it was really just a lot of managing. For me, it was managing what he was, which was a great player, and just I think not overcoaching in some scenarios is some of the best coaching that you can do. So the guy's got a lot of it figured out, which with his background and who his dad is, and he'd been around it at a high level for a long time, and really knew a lot of what he was doing. It was just little tinkers and make sure this is right, make sure that's better, but it was never really any overhaul of his game. He already kind of had it figured out.
Yeah, no doubt. I wish I had some of those players like that on my 9-year-old team, by the way, because tonight we were just trying. All right, so when you go from coach pitch to kid pitch, that's weird, but they're leading off and everything. So you go from coach pitch to like having to do pickoffs and stepping off and bunt coverages and stuff like that.
Probably
and they're over there,
real quick.
Yeah, super fun. It's great. We got a tournament
At
this
that
weekend.
age, I was scared to get hit, which I guess I still am sometimes, but that age a lot.
Yeah, me too. Dick, what about? So since you've been, I mean, like, what part of your game has grown? Like, if Southern Miss fans go watch you right now, you're like, man, he's better at that than he was in college, or is it all just kind of just the same?
I would say it's pretty much the exact same, minus the cockiness. And so in your face, it's kind of hard when it's every single day to be like that. And I guess it's part of just growing up as well. And especially at this stage, it's more about like player development than winning the game, which at Southern Miss it was win or you might not play the next day and you might get booed off the field. Uh, but yeah, I would say it's about the same, maybe like just cleaner, which is all professional baseball really is. The talent's all there in college. It's just a cleaner game once you get here and less mistakes. The higher levels you get, it's just, I don't know, it's cleaner, and a lot of people don't like it because it's some people don't make mistakes, and if you hit a ground ball, you're out. There's no throwing it away and running around the bases and any chaos happening. It's all like if you get a hit, it's a hit. If you hit the ball on the ground or the air, you're out. I don't know. It's just how the game is
It's a great
And
perspective.
Not only
I'm
is
kind
the
of
game cleaner, are you sitting in a meeting room right now or something?
yes, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call this. It's the lobby of our apartment complex. So
Yeah.
there's like a lounge out there where like there's a pool table and ping pong and a lot of the younger kids play. And I asked everybody if there was a quiet room anywhere.
Things have definitely changed a little bit in that regard. So, yeah, for sure. So, what about you? Like, I think I've asked you this before, but when you have a player like Dustin, I mean, did you like when you was in seventh grade, were you like, this guy's got it? I mean, let's see how far we can kind of push him, or did you have to mold him in any way, or like when did you know that this is a possible major leaguer we're staring at, right?
I mean, probably the first day that I put eyes on him. Really, um, I got there, and his 10th grade year was my first year. So he was already a little bit down the road as far as his high school career goes. But um, I mean, it was pretty clear that I think my initial evaluation of him, he'd probably agree with this. Like he could pick it with anybody, and the swing was there, and the ball flight was there. He just had to get a little bigger than 110 pounds or whatever he was when I when I first got there. So, in fact, like I remember having almost that same conversation with Coach Kaye when he was being recruited, uh, and telling him like when he gets there and y'all get him in the weight room, like the defense is already there. Like he could play it now, but the bat's going to play at some point because y'all are going to get him stronger. And you could just see the swing, and you knew that obviously Coach Mack and the job that they do in the weight room for our group of guys is phenomenal, and the nutrition and all that stuff is stuff that I wish I had when I played. It was more like here, drink this protein shake, and now it's a lot more tailored to each specific athlete, each even position wise. Pitchers do different things than position players, um, and even positionally. I think the catchers probably might do a little bit different things than some of the other guys, some of the other positions too. So it's so much more tailored to the specific athlete and body type and exactly what they're trying to get out of you know whatever player it is. But yeah, back to your original question, it was pretty clear to me that he had the opportunity to play for a while. And you see kids with exceptional talent without exceptional work ethic, and vice versa. I mean, you see kids with great work ethic, but the God given ability just isn't there. So it takes both of them to really get to where he has gotten, and that was the only thing. Like the talent, you could see the talent was there, um, and whether or not he put the work in was going to be the determining factor, and he obviously has done that.
For sure. Dustin, what specific goals kind of do you have? I know you said you had kind of just reported and are kind of going through the early stages of spring training, and what looking at the season ahead, kind of what goals have you set for yourself this year?
Uh, I try to stay away from that. I just want to be on the field every day. That's kind of what
Yeah,
I did at Southern Miss as well. I didn't want to miss any games. I feel like my talent let's like if I'm on the field every day and I don't let any hiccups off the field get in the way, then my talent will let the numbers be where they fall. And honestly, I'm at the point where I'm like extremely blessed to still be playing this game. Uh, so yeah, I don't really set goals for myself. I trust my ability and put on a little weight in the off season to try to help some things. And yeah, I just want to be on the field every day and stay healthy.
Hey, Dustin, piggybacking off of that, like, what advice would you give to some of these younger players? Because in a minute we're gonna get into talking about this current Southern Miss team. So, I mean, some of those guys want to be where you are, right? Is there any advice you'd like to give to some of those guys who want to, go along that same path?
Yeah, I would tell them to be where your feet are because those years at Southern Miss are the best years of your life. Talk to Lawson all the time about it. Sometimes you don't play as much as you like, and before you know it, he won't be able to put the uniform on, and he'll be going to work at a normal job or maybe getting a professional contract. I don't know, but
He'll be out in the roost.
he'll be out in the roost doing something. But I tell him all the time. I said, you won't have what your opportunity right now for much longer. So I would soak up every bit of it because you're going to be playing in front of 5,000 fans every night. You're basically a top 10 program in the country day in and day out. You're going to play postseason games in front of 7,000 people everywhere you go in the city. They know who you are. You can't beat it. So I would just tell them to be where you are and try to be on the field as much as you can and let your ability play.
Hey, so do I mean I feel like Southern Miss or Dickerson. I feel like Southern Miss has a good reputation around the country, but where you are right now and around all the baseball players that you're around, I mean, have they heard of Southern Miss? Do you guys when the games come on, you're like, hey, you got to come watch this? Do you try to tell them what it's like playing at the Pete, or are they like, have they ever heard of it, or how's that go down?
Yeah, it's for everyone that's been there, it is by far their favorite place that they've played ever. Um, SEC guys have told me that. Smaller mid majors have told me that. It's a lot of people love it, and every time if I get home and they're playing, I try to put it on in our room. So yeah, they always ask questions about this and that, trying to understand what the roost is. Still trying to figure out why our batting cage isn't covered and we're a top 10 program. But yeah, well, that's just part of who we are and how we're so good and why everybody loves it and doesn't want to leave. So
Yeah,
uh, yeah,
you're right about that.
everyone knows who we are, and it's finally getting to that point where we're nationally getting recognition.
Yeah, sure. So, what about like when you watch Dustin play now? Is there anything you watch and you're like, I taught him that? Like I remember going through those drills. He did that because I was there. I mean, does that ever happen?
Not really. It's more like his dad taught him that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like it's. I mean, it's just fun to see him play. You don't get he hadn't made it to the big leagues yet, so it's harder sometimes to see him play on TV. But you see clips and you see bits and pieces, and it's just cool to see somebody that you coach be doing it still and at that level. But really, no, I'm not like never do I watch him and I'm like, yep, that's because of me. It's a lot more of me just staying out of the way and just pointing him in the right direction sometimes than it was, you know, revamping his game or making his game this or that.
Dick, what about you? Do you ever make a play, or do you ever just find yourself, just thinking back to something the coach said and that just stuck with you?
Yeah, I remember there was some time. Like he said, I wasn't the best uh, hitter when he first got me in. I really didn't start hitting until my junior year. But I remember we would be in the batting cages together, and we were like the only two in there. I don't necessarily remember exactly what he said, but I remember that he put the time in with me to get me better, and which I'm extremely thankful for, and that's why we're so close. And it's funny because he's helped me get to where I'm at, and there's people back home that think their son's not good enough to play. So something has to give. He helped me do something, so I think he's pretty good. So
Yeah, I'd say so. Patrick, what about this Southern Miss? I know you had some things you want to talk about, like this season at Southern Miss.
Yeah. So obviously, when you watch Southern Miss this season, kind of what I know we're still pretty early in the year, but what kind of stands out to you, both of y'all, kind of about this 2026 team?
Man, for me, I think it's just the depth on the roster, both offensively and on the mound. The lineup is so long. There's really nowhere to go to get outs, easy outs. Um, and I think the pitching depth that's been on display early on has been pretty impressive. Um, I mean, we ran. If you hadn't been following them much, I'm just thinking of this one guy. If you hadn't been following them much this fall, Littleton ran out last night and quite
Electric.
impressive. And
Yeah, if you have not seen that, if you were at the Pete and you saw it, go back and watch Baker. We talked on the phone today and watched the broadcast. I was kind of thankful that I missed the first couple of innings and was able to watch it on TV, because what you see on TV from those cameras was unbelievable. And Russell and Baker both were just trying to find adjectives to describe what they were seeing.
He was good, man. It was like 94 with ride and a wipeout slider at 84 from the left side. I mean, that's
and it was cold. It was cold out there. It's not like
And he looked angry throwing too. Some guys just up here angry.
Well,
and I liked it.
There's
those are the worst.
There's a thing to be said about like mound presence too, and I feel like you have it. Guys that get on the bump and like they're
Baker
here to
talked about his K strut, and after his second out, he kind of went around the mound, and you love to see it.
Right, and he's not the only one. I mean, there's a lot of young arms. Causey started a game against the SEC team last night, and you could go on and on. The weekend rotation's good, and then the guys that are running out of the bullpen, guys with a lot of experience, guys that are new, that are still finding their role. You're running out Ock and Armistead and Sibley, and then you throw in Camden, and Sonny's been incredible.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's just name after name after name after name, and that's huge, especially when you get in the postseason. Not just that you have enough arms, but that you have enough quality, especially coming out of the pen. Can you get a game to the sixth in a tie ball game and feel good about it because of what you got coming out?
Yeah,
I think we're in a spot this year. If we stay healthy, we're gonna be in good shape.
Yeah, I mean, it's a testament. Littleton, strikes out the side and he's done for the night. It's like Oz knew what was behind him, and he just kept funneling those guys in there, getting their debut. All these freshmen, and it was impressive to see.
For sure. Dick, what about you from an outsider's point of view? I mean, you probably hadn't watched as much as we have, but, we always have good teams. There's talent on the roster up and down, it seems like, throughout. But just so far, it does seem like there's just an extra gear out of this club. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I would go out to the Pete and get my work in, and I'd get to see them up close. And obviously, you see that they're talented and this and that. And it's hard for me to see with the pitching side of things because I'm not down there. But the lineup was extremely deep. There's probably 12 guys, 12 guys that could be in the everyday lineup that you can only run out 9. And usually our thing at Southern Miss is to start out kind of slow, and then everybody's like fire Creel. And then once you get through the first part of the schedule where the coaches decide they want you to play the hardest opponents in the country, then it like evens out a little bit, and then you go on like a 20-game win streak, and then you host and blah, blah, blah. But now we're like starting off like right where we need to be, and it looks like a very good team. And it's actually funny, our spring training field we hosted a tournament last week, and OSU was there. The team we just played in, where is that, Round Rock, and they like packed the stadium here, and like was like unbelievable. They beat everybody here, blah blah blah. They had all these arms, and then we run out there and just beat them by like 6.
Yeah.
So it's pretty impressive, and I hope they keep going and keep their heads on a straight path, and hopefully we look up in the end of May and June and we're right where we need to be.
Hey, Coach, how would you approach that if you were coaching this team? I mean, the guys got to be feeling pretty good about themselves right now, right? How do you rein that in to where they just keep that edge, keep that attitude? I mean, do you depend on guys like when Dick was here that will handle that for you? We interviewed the Leadership Council a couple weeks ago, and maybe that's how they handle it. But if you were running the show, what would you do?
I mean, I think it's look, they've got a great coaching staff that I'm sure reminds them every day. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Season's not over. Obviously, we're only 7, 8 games in. Got to keep getting better because the game will humble you real quick if you get to thinking you got it figured out. I'm not. If there's one thing we shouldn't be worried about as fans, it's the mental state of our program and our baseball players, because our coaches do a great job of leading the way there, and I think it helps also that we've got a lot of guys that have been around a while too, so they know. I mean, the coaches are telling them, but there's players in that locker room that have been through it, and they know what a grind it is. They know that the game can turn on a dime, and one week you're feeling great about everything, and the next week you're wondering why they gave you a scholarship. And so you just got to keep doing what you do every day, and trust whatever process got you there that works, and just keep going, because the game's hard, and we're making it look pretty easy right now. But there's going to be some adversity at some point, and maybe more than one patch of it. But we've got a great coaching staff. We've got a great locker room, and they'll be able to handle it.
No doubt. And this is kind of for both of y'all, but kind of we'll start with you, Dustin. Who are some guys kind of on the team this year that you're kind of watching closely, players that that have kind of already caught your attention this season?
I'll say the second I saw Joey Irvin play last year, he was like my favorite player that I've ever seen play at Southern Miss. So that's kind of not new because I've seen him for a year now, a little bit now, but Dre Barrett seems to take the next step, and man, I'm unbelievably proud of Davis Gillespie of his start.
Yes.
It's been a work in progress, and he works his butt off. So I know that's awesome. I guarantee he feels good about that, and I know he's going to keep his head down and work. He's one of the better dudes in that locker room, and like you asked Sutton, what do you think they're going to do? I think the players in that locker room and the older guys especially are going to keep their hands on, and they realize what's at stake with this program and what's in front of them. So I think they're going to do just fine.
Cool.
Sut?
Man, which Gillespie's a fathead, by the way, this year, Dustin. I know that.
Is he? Good for him.
Good for him.
I'm jealous.
little salt in the wound.
Yeah. Man, I could go down the roster of the guys that have played and probably say something good about all of them, to be honest. I mean, last night's kind of fresh on our minds, but I feel like since the tail end of last year when Higdon got solidified in that lineup, he's been really good. he had a huge knock last night with the grand slam. Like Dustin said, I think Gillespie, he was banged up a lot last year, and just could never really get fully healthy. And I think a lot of people may not realize that probably had a lot to do with his lack of production. But I mean, he can swing it. Had a huge home run against Oregon State the other night. It was like 140 off the bat. He got out in a hurry.
I mean, head high.
Yeah, just a laser. Urban, obviously, Dustin said he's he is to me watching him. He's under such control at the plate. He seems to rarely get fooled. Uses the whole field. Just a great bat. And then guys like Russo, who have been here for a decade. I mean, he's just going to hit. Somebody kind of mentioned to me at one point during the fall or early spring, man, he's kind of seems to be struggling a little bit at the plate. I was like, that dude's going to be fine. I mean, He's been doing it too long. He's just going to be a dude in the middle of that order that comes up with big hits and leads by example. I think the two portal guys that we got have been a big addition. Both veteran hitters, guys that have done it at this level. And I think, our coaching staff and our program do a great job with the portal. Obviously build everything around the freshmen and developing that, making that the foundation, but filling pieces and bridging gaps with guys that they know can do it out of the portal. Urban was a portal guy too, and Higdon.
Yeah.
So you've got Urban, Higdon, Stelly, and Morrison all in that lineup every day that they've identified and gone and gotten to help bolster the lineup. And then we talked about the pitching earlier. The pitching's been great. I'm biased a little bit, but Camden Clark on the back end, to me especially, has been electric. Talked about mound presence with Littleton earlier. Camden's got the mound presence. And his fastball, I think he hit some 97s his first time out. It's a lot of 94, 95, 96, but that induced vertical break he has and the spin rate on that fastball, it plays up. So that 95, 96 is playing 98 because of the numbers. And his changeup is devastating, I think. It's been fun. Obviously, I'm biased with him because that's another one of my guys. Cool moment, though, last weekend at Round Rock. I took a picture of it. I was watching the broadcast, but it's not often you get one of your guys thrown to one of your guys. Camden was thrown to Lawson, so that was pretty cool. Pretty cool moment, just to see those two guys. And, they've played together their whole life up through, 7 years old, 7, 8, 10. They were together at West Jones, and now they're doing it again in black and gold. So just pretty cool. Proud moment as a coach to kind of see that.
Hey, talking about the portal real quick, and getting two guys in Morrison and Stelly from inside the Sun Belt. So going back to what Dickerson said about, some of the guys talking about Southern Miss from, that he plays with in pro ball, about, how it was their favorite place to play. I mean, that's a pretty good pull, right? I mean, not only are we getting, Urban from, Butler? Or no, where was Urban? Somewhere in the Big East. Was it Butler? Okay.
Yeah.
But pulling guys from, our rivals, really. I mean, that's maybe it's just me being a homer, but is that just not?
No, I think that tells you a lot, that you're able to pull. Both those guys are everyday players.
Yeah.
At South and at, I'm gonna call them Lafayette. But obviously both seasoned players that have played a lot of Division I baseball at this level. Morrison's dad was actually out in the Roost at our spot opening weekend. I think it was Saturday. He was talking to us and he was just raving about, obviously his son played here as a visitor. And I was like, man, awesome place, great atmosphere. But he just, made a point to just talk about how, Kyle just talked about what it meant and what it felt like running out with the electricity in the park and the buzz in the park and the horns and the lights and all of it. So I
Yeah.
think we've got something really special that when you're able to pull some pretty solid players from conference rivals, I think that kind of tells you a lot.
Yeah, I mean, too, we also, get Legger, Gunner, coach, coming from,
Leisure, yeah.
whatever, however you say his name. I knew I'd butcher that, but
I think it's Leger. I'm not.
Is it?
Leger.
Okay.
We'll go by
There we go.
Gunner. How about that? But yeah,
Did you
Baker
try to
and
go?
them,
Did you try to go Legger?
Legger, that's the Mississippi talking. Baker, they were talking about it on the broadcast about, obviously played at Lafayette, had success there, from there, around there, left home, to come
Sure.
learn and under Oz and be under one of the best in the country. So it just speaks volume to, the culture and the atmosphere.
I think that marriage, if you want to call it that, has been a great thing too. Because I think, from my understanding, obviously I'm not around it every day, but from what I've been told and what you hear, it seems that Coach Leger, he's kind of he's good with the numbers, especially he used them, and so he's able to find what works based on what numbers and make adjustments, based off what numbers tell him. And Oz is obviously he is what he is. He's kind of a wizard at his craft. And I think he's a big on the mentality of pitching and what you do out there mentally. And I think it's been a great thing for our whole pitching staff to have both guys
for sure
plugging into them.
Yep. Yeah. It's kind of that marriage of old school, new school numbers and then emotion and feel and it's working out.
Hey, Dickerson, you were on teams that made, outstanding runs in the postseason. Like, what does this team need to do? Is it just keep on keeping on, or is there? I don't really know how to put it, but you've been there. So, what do you feel like this team needs to just keep their heads wrapped around, just moving throughout the rest of the year?
Yeah, I honestly don't think I started off this good my entire career, other than maybe my freshman year before COVID canceled. But we played not Oregon State, to say it nicely.
Yeah.
I would just say keep on keeping on. I don't know. I get what you're saying though. I don't know if there's a key word for me to tell them. Those guys in there have been there. They played in regionals back-to-back years. They know what it takes. Colby's pitched in a lot of meaningful games. Sunstrom had a big outing last year in the regional. Russo just gets hit after hit when he needs to. It's like, I don't know. It's just they remind me a lot of the teams we had back then. I think just keep on keeping on and don't even worry about that. Just play
Right.
each game to like it's the last game of the College World Series. And I noticed that the other night when there'll be like the top of the sixth or whatever, and it's a big situation, and a fly ball gets them out of a jam, and they're all like yelling and pumping their fists to get out of the jam. It's like, wow, like they really want to win this game. Like, the center fielder caught this ball to end the sixth inning, and they realized that just helped them tremendously have a chance to win the game, and it was really cool to see.
No, that's very interesting perspective, and I'm there with y'all, man. I feel like there's something special going on. I hope that after this weekend, I'm like, so we'll see how it goes.
Rocco's better watch out in Omaha.
Yeah, no doubt. We're gonna get to some of that. Hey, Pilo, hit the music. Let's do some quick hitters, and we will get these guys out of here. It's been a very fun conversation. You guys remember this segment? It's the quick hitter segment. So just deal with some of our quirkiness here, and we will get you on your.
When is the College World Series?
It's always like the first weekend of it is always like Father's Day weekend, I think. So I don't
June
know when
12th.
Yeah.
June 12th. So I
Yep,
need to
through
be
the-
in AAA before June 12th.
There you go.
That's where our Omaha is our
There's
AAA.
there's your
Ooh.
personal goal for the year.
There it is.
Yeah, there's my personal goal.
It's coming
June
full
12th.
circle.
There we go.
Cool. Pilo, hit the music. Let's do it. There it is. Dick, we'll start with you. First stop when you come back to Hattiesburg is where?
Stakura.
Nice.
Ooh,
Good one.
nice. Sut, the best advice you ever gave to Dustin.
Shut up.
I mean, yeah.
Dick, what makes Trey a good coach?
He's been there before.
Very good.
Sut, who reminds you of you on this year's team?
Ooh. How long?
Daggone.
There you go. Yeah.
Dick, we'll do this one for you. King cakes. Love them or hate them?
Probably more on the hate 'em side.
Okay.
Say, I know if you take that long to answer, it's probably not good. Prefer to grill with charcoal or gas?
Me?
I guess. Yep.
Man, charcoal tastes so good. I'm just not good at it. The gas is easier, so I'm gonna go gas.
And this one's for both of y'all. Sut, we'll start with you. Who's the best Southern Miss burner account?
Oh my gosh.
It's Trey's favorite
Cloverleaf
topic.
Mall has got to be it.
It's really good. I don't know how he does it.
There's no one better than Leaf.
Yeah. Totally agree. Dick, what about you? I don't know if you keep on up with the Twitter world in Southern Miss land, but there's a bunch of good burner accounts out there. Is there anyone that you feels like the best one?
At least half of them hate me.
The only
do.
time I ever see them is if they're telling Sutton how bad of a coach he is, or I see Colby Allen's giant balls.
Yeah.
I see his videos
Yeah.
that he
Yeah.
posts. So I guess him. I don't really see a lot. It's
Yeah, all you have to do, if you want to keep up with them, just whenever we beat a team, go to their win graphic, and it's about 70 different posts. And they're
I'll
something
tell you,
else.
like, runner up for best burner, we'll throw a bone to my boy Phil Scott and Attack Eagles.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I see Attack
But
Eagles
look,
videos.
it is.
Yeah.
It's comedy hour. I go and seek out, like, when, like,
I know where you're going with this.
you beat Oregon State and their official baseball account tweets the final score, and then you
Yes.
just go read the comments, and you can sit there for an hour and just laugh. And
Matter of
and,
fact, I'm pulling that up right now. There
yeah,
is
a lot of it is not very nice. But,
no.
oh my
There is
gosh, dude.
110 replies
like,
to the
there-
Alabama graphic from
Yeah,
last night.
there's like cheek clapping and
Yeah.
all, like, just
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, that tweet had 67,000 reach, all because of our 110 replies, and I guarantee you, every one of them is a burner.
Yeah. No doubt.
Let's see, both of y'all will go grass or artificial turf.
If I had a field crew that would keep a natural surface exactly like I want it, I prefer a natural surface. But you can't beat the turf as far as the, playing in the weather or,
Mhm.
or avoiding rainouts and all. So yes to both, kind of.
I would probably say artificial grass, or no, real grass. I did not mean to say artificial grass.
And both of y'all again, Sut, just if you can answer this however you want to, one word, sentence, whatever. But fans at the Pete are different because
Passionate.
I knew he was going to steal my word.
Sorry. Great minds.
Yeah, I promise that was mine.
Well, I've heard words like knowledgeable thrown out. I've heard just there's something to it.
It depends on where you go in the piece.
Very true.
Knowledgeable.
That's a good point.
In some pockets, yes. In some pockets, no.
Yeah.
But they're all part of what makes it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if I have a word. They're just passionate. They're perfect. Everyone's perfect.
Yeah. Last one, Pilo.
Are we taking Jello shots at Rocco's this year?
Are you asking? Are we going to be there, or if we go?
I mean, that's the only way I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I'm not
No, I'm
going
not
if we're
going
not
either.
there.
I think it happens. I think it happens this year. I think it does.
Love
Dick?
it.
I think it happens.
It's all coming together. It's all coming together. Dick's gonna make AAA. It's right there.
Dick's gonna make AAA.
We're gonna have
gonna
32
stay
people in
healthy.
his apartment.
Yeah.
We're gonna host,
Buckle up.
We're gonna host. Yeah, we're gonna host regional. We're gonna have a national seed. We're gonna host a super. We're gonna dog pile on the beat, and we're gonna bombard Rocco's.
Oh,
Climb that wall.
I
Good
might
stuff.
go on the field.
There you go. Climb the other way. Just
How much is the
I'm gonna
Jello
go-
shot?
$5.
Do you know how much they are?
I think they're $5.
it's a pretty hefty
doesn't
Jello
matter.
shot.
That
Yeah.
is pretty hefty.
Well, guys, thanks for hopping on. And every time we do this, I'm like 20 minutes and then just like an hour. But no, everybody remember that you can follow Coach Sutton at Trey Sutton 7, and you can follow Dustin at Dickerson Dusty. And Trey, we'll start with you. I mean, anything else on the way out the door that you want to tell the Southern Miss faithful out there?
The only thing, just a little plug. There's an alumni game in the works.
Ooh.
Don't know a date quite yet, but Rick Maddox is involved, and so usually he gets some things done. So hopefully, it's not set in stone for sure, but I think if we can do what we want, it'll be a great event that people will want to come to. Names like Walner, Sandlin, Dickerson, Doliak have all been gotten in contact with. Now, whether or not that's all initial things, right? But have been reached out to, and there is interest there. So the thing about our program is it's gotten to the point where there's enough guys that people would want to come back and see that it'd be a really fun event. So just hopefully things progress, but just throw that little bug in there. I asked Rick if I could mention it tonight, and he said, "Yeah, go ahead. We don't have a date yet, but it's something."
I mean, I'd pay money. Like, let's get all the money
Pilo-
to go to the Dugout Club.
Me and you are calling that thing.
Yeah, we
yeah,
are.
that's those are all details that,
Yes.
that people smarter than me can work out. But we've kind of been working on reaching out to a lot of older guys, and that's just guys that everybody knows.
Mhm.
Then you've got like your Brayleys and even like Kevin Coker. Kevin
Hey,
Coker
yeah.
said,
Back in my day,
said-
little
said-
Dusty Haley, little Scott Cheek.
Coker told me, he said it would kill me to get back there, but it would also kill me to know that it was going on and I wasn't back there. So,
Good point.
He's got to sprint to first. I mean,
that's
he's
a
got to
very
hustle.
Coker comment. But anyway, just a little plug for that. Hopefully it gets legs, and
Yeah.
it'll be a really, really fun event, I think.
I'm
for-
not allowed on the field. No baseballs flying
for
in my
the
head.
program, and we'll see where it goes. Still very infant stages of trying to
That's
get
great.
something like that done, but hopefully it works out.
Dick, what about you on the way out the door? Just anything you'd like to tell the Southern Miss fans out there?
One, if that game does happen, I am committing and I will be there.
100% committed, no transfer portal.
I want to see
no
Dick
transferring.
pitch to Sutton.
Look,
I'll
I'm not
pitch.
doing anything. I will stand in the dugout and you know, there's no way in the world I would get in the box with like a JD Middleton.
You should.
Wouldn't do it.
I just want to see you face.
I have a reputation to uphold.
That's all right.
Too old for
That's
all
great.
Two is just continue to support these guys because y'all are a big part of it. So be there every night you can.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much. It's been fantastic, as it is always. Let's do it. Let's do it again. Let's do it every year. But anyway, that's it. And Southern Miss?
that. To the top.
To the top.
Perfect. Thanks, fellas. Y'all can shut her down, and we'll finish it out.
Appreciate you
Later.
guys.
Yep. Whew. Pilo, you want to hit a 30-seconder?
Yeah, let's
and we'll
do it.
come back.
We'll be right back.
All right. And we're
We're
back. Sutton's still there. He's still sitting there. Maybe he's gonna watch backstage. He's just there. He is. He's just gonna
waiting.
hang out. That's awesome. Oh man, that was so good. I hope everybody enjoyed that as
it
much
was
as we did. Dickerson's in the middle of pro ball. He's in the lobby of the thing, and took the time to do it. Way out there in Arizona. So that's fantastic, and it just shows that it took like one phone call, right? Can you? Yes. That's just how these guys roll. So it's fantastic. Baseball, though, let's really quick kind of recap the weekend. We talked about it a good bit there, but baseball's
to
doing
recap.
great, right? 7-1. Of course, we hadn't started conference play yet, but went to Round Rock. Looked great all 3 games. Came back with some hardware, like some belts or something.
Yeah.
We saw him the other day when we went to visit to give Ty his shirt.
Yeah.
Played 3 very good teams: Purdue, Oregon State, and Baylor. Then stayed hot back at the Pete and just drubbed Alabama. So that was fun. But that first game versus Purdue, I think we all thought we were tested, and we were kind of glad that we weren't seeing Oregon State the first day because they had the guy throwing like 1,000,000 miles an hour and all of that. But that game proved to be a little bit tougher than it was. We won 5-4, found a way, right? It had a 4-run fourth that helped us along the way, but it was tied in the 8th inning, 4-4. Then Trey Barrett with the heroics at the end, a walk-off missile to left center, scoring Gillespie, and that's just. It seems like there's been a hero like that during a lot of games this season. People coming up big throughout the lineup, so that was great. But yeah, team effort early this season offensively. Some guys are hot, some guys move runners, some guys bunt. We've bunted a few times. That's never happened. Sack flies, all of it. 10 hits on this day. 3 doubles, just 5 strikeouts. I think that's key as well. We strike a lot of people out. Let's not strike out on our side. Stelly 2 for 5 out of that leadoff spot. Leadoff spot is a revolving door at the moment. Higdon's there right now. We'll see if that stays. He sure had a good game last time. Gillespie 2 for 4. And scored that go-ahead run. Morrison 2 for 3. Seth Smith and Russo both with big RBI doubles coming up clutch there. Seems like Russo has a habit of doing that. And Dre with that game winner, of course. Colby Allen started 5 innings, 1 run, 0 earned, 5 Ks. Josh Ock 2 2/3 until I jinxed him in our Discord thread. I was like, wow, this guy's like the MVP of the game. And then he just, he did bad immediately. I was like, ooh. My bad. But he came in and gave us some innings, and then Camden Clark credited with the win. He goes to 2-0 now. He gave up 3 hits, 1 walk, and a strikeout. So got that one bias right, and we're heading into the second day versus Oregon State. Number 11 in the country, Oregon State, and they had a stud on the mound as well. So Pilo, you want to walk us through what happened there?
Yeah, Oregon State, real deal. We knew what we were getting into with these guys. They're consistently a postseason team, and a host, and man, they're just good. Well, we won this one 9-4. Oregon State is a blue blood through Kleinschmidt. Hard throwing lefty, had 10 Ks, but we got to him. He goes 5 1/3, gives up 4 earned. We'll take that every time.
Yeah.
Got some fantastic pitching and only threw 3 guys compared to their 7. So offensively, Urban got it going with a Oppo solo shot in the first. That was awesome. Their big guy Krieg hit a 3-run jack in the 4th, but we retook the lead in the 6th. I mean, that's just what this team does. They do not get shaken. Yeah. They have done it time after time. Did it last night against Alabama, but we took the lead in the 6th and never really looked back. Stelly walked twice out of the leadoff spot. Urban had a day. Buckle up, 3 for 4, 2 runs, 4 RBIs, a walk, a homer, a single, a triple.
Yeah. Double short of the cycle.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I didn't realize that. Gillespie goes 2 for 3. Great to see him clicking. I think Baker talked about it a little bit last night on the podcast or on the broadcast, but obviously we know opening weekend for him was hard and it seemed like a little bit of the timing was off, but man, he's got that corrected and he's seeing it. So he goes 2 for 3 with 2 runs, 3 RBIs, a walk, and a home run. Russo with another big time hit in the 6th to score Urban.
Comes up clutch a lot.
He does. That his where he's at in the lineup is perfect. I think he leads the team in at bats so far this season, and man, he's kind of the fuel that gets us going. Morrison knocked in the last run of the day. Pitching, their guy started was good. Graydon Harris was better. He goes 5 innings. Yeah. Gives up 6 hits, 2 earned, 1 walked, 8 Ks, and then Sonny comes in the rest of the way, goes 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, not earned, no walks, 8 Ks.
Very Tanner Hall like, yeah. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, surgical
authority. Yes. Tell me you're an Oz guy without telling me you're an Oz guy. 0 walks, 8
right.
Ks. Sundstrom gets the save. So man, what a game.
Yeah, they're moving on to Sunday versus Baylor. They had that guy hit was it 3 grand slams in a day?
I forgot that was
a couple weeks ago,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, opening weekend.
So really finished off the tournament in style. Already had technically won the tournament because even if we lost to Baylor, we'd already beaten Oregon State, So anyway, but ended up sweeping it. So 5-1 win over Baylor. Smitty had a good day. He started at shortstop. Then we got some good relief pitching. I had a lot of hits. I had 12 hits. Higdon led off this game. So, again, we see that revolving door there. Let's see what happens the rest of the season. But he hit some balls hard. He's kind of seemed snake bit, until yesterday.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Russo goes 3 for 5. Barrett 2 for 2. 3 walks, 2 runs. That's on base a lot. Morrison 2 for 2. 2 walks, 2 runs. Seth Smith 3 for 4. 1 run, 2 RBIs. Higdon, Russo, and Barrett all hit doubles. Smith and Urban stole a base. What kind of team is this? We're doing everything. We're bunting, hitting bombs, stealing.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Pitching, only 3 hits for the Bears. That'll win you a whole lot. Sibley gets the W. He goes to 1-0. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 0 walks, 3 Ks. English started, went 2, walked 4, 2 Ks. Got to clean that up. Crabtree came in after him and really looked great. 2 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, right? Looked dominant, throwing hard. Sam Mitchell inning and a third, another one of those angry throwers. Did walk 3, struck out 1, but gave up 0 runs. J.W. Armistead finished it off in the 9th. 2/3 innings pitched, 1 K. We did walk 9 batters. So does that tell you something also about our team, though? When you can kind of do that and still win against good teams, right?
Yeah.
So very good.
For sure.
Then that midweek versus Alabama, I guess we can both jump in here, but spanked that ass 14-4, 8 innings, holler. It was so fun. I'm still feeling it. Hit 2 grannies. Saw a ton of young arms. I think 8 pitchers we threw. Not a great crowd. It feels very, we've said it a bunch of times, it feels very region-like. Got 4 runs in the second from a Higgy slam, then 7 runs in the seventh, including a grand slam from Kyle Morrison. 13 hits total. Higdon 2 for 5. Jerb 1 for 3, but had 3 runs, 2 walks, and a double. Even when he only gets 1 hit, it's still a great stat line, right?
Yeah.
Russo 1 for 5, but those 2 huge RBIs on that single to the right side, right? Gillespie 4 for 5, 2 RBIs, red hot. He just hits it. You head on a swivel if you play third base. Maybe if you play left field, how hard he hits it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I can't
that
imagine.
ball gets there in a hurry.
Yeah, for sure.
Just,
I mean, it got over the fence in a hurry at Round Rock. Can you imagine one right down the line, right at your face in the hot corner? Wow.
if they had like one of those outdoor competitions, they used to have on ESPN, those guys that like cut trees down.
Yeah.
I'm going with Gillespie on that one. I don't know if he's ever swung an axe, but good gosh, my dude's strong. Pitching wise, it was Johnny Holstaff, right? Through 9 pitchers. I was wrong. Through 9 pitchers. Causey started, Ock closed, and in between, you had Littleton, Farr, Neely, Sonny, Pratt, Armistead, and Broadhead. And all of them were pretty good. Pratt was, I think the velocity was there. Remember, he's coming back from the Tommy John. He's going to be awesome. He's a mid-90s guy. Walked a couple, next. And he'll get another shot, right?
Yep.
So, but it's just so many arms. Like 25 pitchers, I think.
Yeah.
Littleton was awesome. Cale Farr had 2 Ks. Armistead had 2 Ks. Ock had 3 Ks. Sonny was the only one that threw more than an inning. He went 1 2/3. Littleton credited with the W. I didn't realize that. So he goes to 1-0 in his college career.
Yeah, have a day.
Up next, we go to Jack and the Fighting Lane Burros. Friday at 6, Saturday at 4, Sunday at 1. And, looking at the conference standings, Pilo, I mean, there's no conference games been played so far, but does anything at the standings kind of jump out at you there? Just where everybody sits, win-loss total.
Yeah, let me see.
It's nice to see that streak of 7 wins in a row.
It is. Let's keep it going.
Lots of good wins here lately in the Sun Belt.
Yeah.
Especially this past week.
Yeah, Arkansas State takes down
Arkansas.
number 4 Arkansas, and
Georgia State
I
beat
think that was their first ever win against Arkansas in their program history.
They're good now.
Yeah.
It's weird, but they're
Georgia
good.
State sitting at 7-2, Arkansas State 6-2, Coastal 6-2, Lafayette 6-2, South 6-2, Texas State 6-2, App State's at 6-1.
And Lafayette beat Kansas State, I think, 1-0. Is that correct? So another good win there. Lots of good teams. Hey, speaking of Louisiana Jack this weekend, if people are going and they're wondering, is it going to be cold? It's going to be hot? Do I need a poncho? People that are making that, about 5 hours or so trek?
4.
4 hours? Okay. People that are making that
2
trip
to
from
Jackson
Hattiesburg.
and 2 from Jackson to Ruston. So, yeah, 4 hours. For me.
Okay. So people that are going, what's the weather looking like? It's going to be good?
See. Let's
I think it's
take a
going
look
to be good
at
here.
it. I think we're going to be nice. There's a little rain coming through Thursday. I think we'll get some too. And then the weekend looks fantastic. You're talking high 77, low 54. You're sitting like sunny, not even really clouds. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all those highs are upper 70s and the lows are in the 50s. So absolutely perfect weather.
Yeah. Very nice.
Love to see it.
For sure. And I'll tell you what, let's go ahead. I don't know if we have any Players of the Week segment music, but
we do.
And there's so many to pick from. I still haven't decided. I have like 4 scenarios here that I might go with, but
And I think you went first last week.
okay, so you can go first.
I'll go
this week.
first this week.
Yeah. So the Player of the Week segment is, of course, To the Top Talk Players of the Week segment brought to you by Bourbon on Front. Located at 206 Front Street in downtown Hattiesburg. Steaks, seafood, cocktails, and the only rooftop patio in downtown. Open every day but Monday. Call 601-336-7097 for reservations, private events, and catering. or you can go visit them at the web at bourbon-on-front.com. Bourbon on Front. Go see them today. And so last week you went with Joey Urban. I went with Camden Clark. I think they were both good picks. At this point, you can probably go with Urban. Like, it's hard to not go with him, right? But
I know.
You're up first, and there's so many people I don't want to do a disservice to, so I might even go different from you after what you say, but you have the floor.
This is tough. I mean, nailing it down from what we did in Round Rock, what we did last night. Lord, I got to pick somebody. Everybody. I'm gonna give it to Seth Smith. I think Seth Smith is the guy that wasn't in the opening weekend, really. Wasn't in the starting lineup and is came out now with 12 at bats. He's got 9 hits, 3 RBIs, a couple of walks in there. I know that it's early. He doesn't have a ton of hits, batting .750. But already still leading the team in slugging. He's tied for the most doubles already, and with a lot less at bats. So I'm just impressed with him. I think he's always been a guy that, I think our lineup is filled top to bottom with guys with power that can hit it over the fence. But you need guys that get on base and guys that just hit the ball and find a gap and move it around. And I think he's a guy that for us to be successful, we need him to get going. And I've been impressed with him. So Seth Smith, that's my guy.
Very good. He was one of my scenarios that I was thinking about. Yeah, you got to play the hot hand, right?
Yeah,
exactly. And he's got the hot hand right now, and good for him. He's been here for a little while, and good on you, kid. Keep it going. So, man, I want to go. All right, I'm not going Jerb. He got Player of the Week of the conference, so I feel like he already got his due. Okay.
What's more prestigious?
Yeah, really. So he already got his. So I don't want to double. I don't want to get the big head, right? I'll get all these awards. So anyway, and it comes down to between two things. Now, one scenario, I have a pitching duo that I might go with. But pitchers only throw every so often, right? So the position player, I went with a pitcher last week. I tell you what, I'm going to mention both of them. I'm going to go with Gillespie.
We can have an honorable mention.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to go with Gillespie. He's just hitting rockets.
Yep.
I've been a proponent of his, even when he got benched last year. I've said before, he has a slump-proof looking swing. And then he went in a slump. And so I jinxed him. Hope I didn't do that again. But I love his swing. I love how stable it is. And I love how it's just easy. It's a very simple stroke, and he just swings so hard and hits it on the barrel. Anyway, I've been pulling for him, and I like him, and so I'm going with Davis Gillespie. Now, the honorable mention, I was going to try to somehow give a half of a point to Harris and Sonny for what they did versus Oregon State. I mean, the announcers on TV were just all over that Kleinschmidt or whatever, he's a good player, but they're almost like, come on now, he's better. That's the feeling that I was getting. Not that they weren't giving any props to Harris, but Harris was better, right? And then when he came out, Sonny might have one-upped him a little bit. 16 strikeouts between the two, and against the 11th ranked team in the country. And these are both sophomores, right? These guys hadn't been around forever.
Yeah.
They don't throw 100 miles an hour. That's pitching, dude. So it was tough. And I ended up going with Gillespie. But they did deserve their due there. So I don't even know how we would maybe looking forward. Maybe we can give half points. I don't know. So anyway, that's where I went with it. And good pick by you.
I mean, we'll run through. Obviously, if you didn't listen last week, we just started the Play of the Week segment brought to you by Bourbon on Front. But our weekly tally, like we said, I went Joey Urban last week. Bump went Camden Clark. Now we have Seth Smith and Davis Gillespie. So I think it says a lot about this team for us to have somebody different so far. And
could have went. I mean,
could have went a lot of places. Yeah,
yeah, for sure. Could have went Kamo.
Yeah,
could have went Bull for just everything. Anyway, to the top talk player of the week brought to you by our good friends at Bourbon on Front. Next time you're downtown, be sure to check them out. That rooftop patio is cool.
Oh, yeah. The weather's going to be good. Go check it out.
Oh, it is. That's going to be a great weekend for it. Baseball rankings, Pilo. We're showing up in a lot of these rankings so far, and it's a little weird. I feel like most years we're like, we spend half our season going like, you see, nobody gives us any respect. And now we're like, gosh damn. Everybody's giving us the respect. So,
chill out.
So baseball rankings, you want to run us through what all there's a bunch of them. So some of them are more important than others. Some of them don't even take into account like all the schools. But anyway, we have a list here. And
yeah, we're going to keep you guys updated with the weekly kind of the rankings. Obviously, the one that matters the most is D1 baseball in the NCAA. The Eagles are sitting at number 12. On 3 has us at 12 as well. Our good friend and former guest of the show, Rob's Rankings, has the Eagles sitting at number 4.
Yeah.
Hello.
Well, and then like all the number 1 teams lost. So he was like,
hey,
Southern Miss didn't lose.
And that's what he does. I mean, his is the most real-time ranking,
Sure.
I feel like, without a lot of bias. 11.7 has a mid-major rankings, and we were number 1 on that.
Yeah, hate the word, but I like being number 1.
Yeah, love it. Baseball America, 18. Okay. Perfect Game had us at number 10. The NCBWA, I guess, Writers had us at number 14. And the USA Today Sports, who still reads that, is number 18.
Yeah. Well, it's good to be mentioned. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Softball, we're sitting at 7-8, 0-0 in conference. Obviously, went to Ruston, lost 2 out of 3. Won the Friday game 2-1. Lost Saturday 8-0. Lost Sunday 4-1. So still just hanging around, right? Up next for the softball team, they are at Thibodaux today. So that happened today. I don't know. That game start. Well, yeah, it should be over. You can look that up. We started at 6:00 today, unless there's some sort of weather. So we're at Thibodaux playing Nichols.
Yeah, we won 7-3.
Okay, great. Very good. Very good. So won that game. Up next for the ladies after that, the Hub City Classic, February 27th through March the 1st. So that's this weekend. So coming up in a couple days. Lamar, Morehead State, Chattanooga, Jackson State, and Southern Miss are all entered in that. You can go check out the schedule over at southernmiss.com. Basketball, we'll run through this pretty quick. Men are sitting at 15-15. Well, it might take a second, just from after I had to watch that game, the end of it last night.
Oof,
gosh,
it was something else.
Dude, I mean,
Must
there's
be nice
something
just to get a foul every possession, no matter what happens, just every time.
we were listening
It's
to
crazy.
it. So we had it on the radio during the baseball game. And even John Cox was getting like pretty upset, Anyway, so men are sitting at 15-15, 8-9. If Tavares had been there and not hurt, I swear to God, we have 20 wins right now.
Yep.
This team's going to be dangerous in that tournament. But 10-3 at home, 3-11 away. Beat Old Dominion at home and lost to Arkansas State on the road. That Old Dominion game was cool. Senior day, we won that 86-81. We were down by a ton, down by 18, I think, in the first half. Then outscored ODU by a bunch in the second. Dominated the paint, 46-22. That's a recipe for success. The other recipe is to limit the other team's three-point shooting, and they went 10 of 21, which is pretty good, right?
Yeah.
We went 6 of 12, probably more than we normally make, and more than we normally take. Out-rebounded Old Dominion 39-25, and we did have 26 turnovers and did all that and still won the game. So that speaks volumes. Bully Weeks, 27-5. Izzy Hart, 21 points, 4 of 6 from three-point range. Tavares, 16-8. He also had 6 turnovers and 4 assists. Benet went 13-9. So we won that game. That was cool. I was there. It was senior day. I got drenched on the way, riding the golf cart, and had to turn around. And then when I got back to my house and got all changed, I go outside and the rain stops. I'm like, sweet. Thank you. That's nice. But the game versus Arkansas State. So we lost that 89-84 last night. Huge difference in the free throws. Seems extremely fishy to me. So
Massive difference.
yeah, and it's in the team stats here. But first of all, okay, I'm going to run through it this way. And we'll get to those free throws in a second. But points off turnovers, USM 29, Arkansas State 12. Points in the paint, USM 56, Arkansas State 38. Just by that stat alone, who do you think should be fouled more? The team that scored like 18 more points in the paint, right?
Yeah.
Field goals, USM 34, Arkansas State 24. Made 10 more shots, okay? Three-pointers, 5 of 17. Did they hit like a million three-pointers? Nope. They went 5 of 20. So it really only leaves one thing. Free throws. USM goes 11 of 21, which is not great. We need to do better at that. I think, well, 17 of 21. 17 of 21, we win the game. No, 16. 16 of 21, we win the game. Arkansas State goes 36 for 46. They shot 46 free throws. We had 3 guys foul out.
I don't even have. I've never seen that.
Now, I did not watch the replay. I didn't get to watch the whole game. I got to watch about 6 minutes after we came back and I saw your new ride, right?
Yeah.
After that, I came in and I watched. And granted, down the stretch, if we hit our free throws, we probably still win. You know, we probably still beat a team that looked a lot better than we were earlier when we didn't have Tavares at their place. But this one team shooting 46 free throws, one team shooting 21. I'm just gonna. It's hard to have a full opinion on it without watching, but I did listen, and it seemed like I'm not the only one that was frustrated. I can say that much, right? I think there's something going on, and for how we play, going to the hole, our whole deal is we want to make more free throws than the other team attempts. So teams like that get fouled a lot, you know. So it's just weird. Individually, Weeks did have 21 points, 9 assists. Tavares 20 points, 4 turnovers, but 4 steals. So those come out in the wash. Benet 16 and 6. And like I said, 32 fouls were called. That's a season high. 32 fouls were called on Southern Miss. It's just, it at least has to raise a red flag, right? If I'm the commissioner, I at least have to go make a phone call or watch the tape or something and say, what the hell? What, you know, that's just, it's something that never happens. So anyway, up next for the guys, Friday, February 27th, that's in a couple days, at South Al, 7:30, and that's our last game before we head to the tournament. So what implications does that game have, Pilo, on the standings?
Let's see. Well,
we're sitting at 8 and 9, so we could possibly be 9 and 9.
9-9, and then South Alabama is at 10 and 6.
That's it. I mean, somehow that might get. Well, we can't get to 10. There's 3 teams at 11, 1, 2, 3, 4 teams at 10 right now, so we can't get to 10. So if we could have won that one, if we wouldn't have got screwed by the free throws, we could possibly be at 10. And depending on how the tiebreakers work out, we're like this close to a freaking like top 4 seed. You know?
Yep.
That's crazy. Anyway, looking forward to the tournament, though. I really am. If we make a little noise, I will make that trip in a heartbeat. I'm not going at the beginning. I think it starts on a Wednesday. Win that game, though. You know, start looking at a little hotel points action. You know, see if I can make that trip. The women are at 14 and 14, 7 and 9. Beat the Cajuns 83-61, then lost to Troy 97-80. Up next for the ladies after that. Well, today, okay, look up this one too, Pilo. We're at South Al today, and you have it right there. So we lost 57-40. We scored 43 points. That's it.
We had 25 points in the third quarter. I don't know what.
And we only had 43 total? Mm-hmm. What in the world?
Yeah, I looked at one point, and we were shooting below 20%.
Well, just in both teams. 57
really
to
low
43.
scoring on both sides. Yeah.
I mean, just look at those last two games we just talked about, the 83 to 61 and 97 to 80. The next thing out of my mouth is going to be like, wow, we're scoring a lot of points. I see the 43. Yikes. Got to get that cleaned up. The last game for the ladies is at Monroe. That should be fun. They beat the tar out of us last time. And, of course, that's where Missy Bilderback came from. And they beat us here. So now we're going to Monroe, see if we can figure that out and go ahead and at least get some confidence heading into the tournament. Both teams are in the tournament, safely in and not sitting out.
Right.
The women are right there in the middle as well at 7 and 9. So we can possibly be at 8 and 9.
1, 2, 3, 4. Potentially 6.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right there in the middle.
Yep.
I think the men's side is a little bit more even. I think the women's side, there's teams that are better. It's a little bit more top heavy. I think the men's side, man, just whoever gets on a run, anybody can beat anybody, and I think that we can do that. I have faith that our team can do that. We would like to thank our title sponsor once again and remind you that Yingling Flight is available in 12-ounce slim cans and 16-ounce screw tops at most retailers. You can buy yourself some Yingling Flight today. It's good beer, and it really comes in handy on those days where you have to drink a lot of them. And last night was one of those days. So anyway, special thanks to Yingling Flight for sponsoring the podcast, getting me hooked. Okay, Cloverleaf Mall tweet of the week. There are so many good ones that we could have gone with, especially like Trey was talking about in that comment section after the Alabama thing. But
that's great.
We decided, so Cloverleaf Mall tweet of the week brought to you by Katie Bailey with Dunbar Real Estate. Any house, anywhere, anytime. Call today, 601-408-9980. We went with the right field roost. You can follow him at USMRF Roost. And at this point, I think we must be 3-0 now. But he said, since my child has been born, USM is 2-0 in baseball. And he's just got a picture of this guy like it's a wok, I think, that he's just cooking, right? So, but number one, congratulations on your first child. That's awesome. And that you can tweet that out. But also, it was really cool.
4-0.
4-0 now. Okay, very good. Yeah, because that was on February 21st. Okay, yeah. So,
yep.
But yeah, man. So that's good. Thanks for that tweet. It was enjoyable to look at, and anybody who's had children, I think it's a very special thing right there. So, congrats again, right field roost, and if it takes this to get a winning streak going, I mean, you got to get busy.
Yeah.
We're depending on you. Yeah, for sure. To the Top Talk merchandise site. We hadn't talked about this in a while, Pilo, but you had two really cool designs come up, and I had to buy both of them right off the bat. Again, anybody who's like, you guys just trying to sell shirts, we should almost publish how low we put these shirts. The only reason we do it that way
the
is just because
website
we don't
actually
want to
forced me to go up. I tried to make it lower, and it would not allow me to make it. So we are 50 cents above what it cost to make. So we literally make nothing.
And the only reason we do that is because this is not a money-making business. This is just a hobby, right? And I think people like to listen to it, so we like to keep doing it. But here's what I don't like. I don't like going and spending like $1,000 on shirts and them sitting in a pile. And then we got to ship them out and do all that. There's a site that does it. So we just, that's how we do it. Anyway, if anybody was ever wondering. But yeah, we are not, buying a bunch of Yingling beer because we're selling t-shirts. So anyway, but you did come up with some cool designs. You're great at that. I got both of them. So explain what those are and how to go get them.
Yeah, just go to our link tree on any of our socials or go to bonfire.com/store/to-the-top-talk. And we talked about it earlier. We have the Dagum shirt with Ty Long. If you watched our interview with the Leadership Council, you'll know all about that. And the latest one came from the Round Rock weekend. Coach Rhodes, I think, son. If you listened, and the USM baseball account tweeted it out about baby Dino, or T-Rexy, I think is what he's been called. Basically just got left by Coach Rhodes, one of his children, in the dugout. And since I guess it was found a day later, and since that Dino has been in the dugout, we haven't lost. So I took the picture and made a little thing and threw it on a shirt. So we have youth shirts and we have adult shirts. So if you want one of those, they're out on the store. Go check them out. It's pretty much a carbon copy of the Dino, and it's kind of one of those, if you know, you know. Every year we have kind of some kind of rally type thing, and this year Joey Urban is kind of has taken ownership of Baby Dino, making sure it's there, and we know what kind of bat he's swinging right now. So got to ride the wave.
Our good friend Heath Hinton from over at Big Gold Nation, he called me about it, and he said, "You know what y'all should do? You should do a shirt with all of the rally things. So you'd have like the rally bike, the rally cat, the rally paddle, like like a list or whatever."
Yeah, rally fall.
Or rally. It's all the things that have happened. All the rally, like the tube that was flying up the wire or whatever that was.
Yeah, rally lizard. We had the lizard on the net that game. The
rally hawk, I think, has been a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's been a lot of them. And he made a mention of that.
The little plastic bag that flew across the field. That's great.
Dickerson was throwing his glove at it.
Yeah. That's great.
Anyway, that was I appreciate he's
That's a great
listening,
idea.
first of all, but yeah, I mean, just one of those. So, also you can go. Remember, you can still get involved in a dugout club. Get yourself a cool hat, right, and support the baseball team. If there's anything you're going to support right now, man, I mean, jump on board, buy the tickets.
If you're on X, I think a lot of people are nationally are starting to have more eyes on us, and I think it's word's starting to get out how much our dugout club and collective are behind the team. So keep supporting.
Yeah. So support the dugout club, support the collective. I mean, there's the same deal there, right? A mission to bring Southern Miss to the top. So that's just kind of the marketing agency that does that. You can get involved with that as little as $17 per month. So give both of those things a go there. Other news in Sun Belt Conference baseball. We mentioned that Joey Urban was named the Sun Belt Conference Player of the Week by the conference.
Yes, sir.
So that's cool. Way to go. But you got that one, so you can't get all of them. That's just how it works. And then Coastal Carolina had some bad luck with a couple pitchers going down. Cam Flukie, he sat a start. I think he's sitting another start. And Dominic Carbone, left-handed pitcher, he's out for the season following reconstructive UCL surgery. So they're going through some things right now, right? They're still a good program, and we still need them to be good, right? Yeah. Even though the conference just refuses to let us play each other, we need them to be good. That's good for our league, and that's just, I always liked them. I think it's a class program. So, you are in our thoughts and prayers over there, Coastal.
Bring it on, Beach Chickens.
Yeah, chickens. USM Track and Field, the USM men's 4x400 meter relay team set a school record, and they got them a first place finish in Birmingham at the Sun Belt Conference Indoor Championships. So, Javel Fullerton, Jacoby Tanner, Isaiah Thomas. Wow,
nice.
I know he had eligibility left.
He does.
Valentino Rudolph. They won. So right to secure the title and establish the new program mark. So. Good for them over there. It's amazing what our track and field team does with the facilities that they have to deal with. It's, dude, got to do something about that. So whenever you want to get started there, McLean. Second place finish for the second tournament in a row for the men's golf team. Yeah. Played in Puerto Rico at the Dorado Beach Classic. So lots of good teams in there, Pilo. Looks like we finished pretty good.
Yeah, so second place finish behind Stetson, but lots of good teams. Eagles shot 7 under as a team. ahead of UNCG, Elon, George Mason, Butler, App State, Army, West Point, Illinois State.
All
George
those teams that shout
Washington.
out the over pars, I think it's just, we'll just, yeah.
Yeah, lots.
You still had 49 over. Penn Temple. Come on, man. 49 over? Me and Pilo can do that.
I could.
I guarantee you we could do better than 49 over. Did they even try? Holy smokes.
I mean,
And who's that down there? 56 over. Yikes.
That's Providence.
Oh,
Yikes.
Providence?
Top finishers for the Eagles. Benjamin Fernandez finished in 3rd place overall. Jake Moffitt, surprise, surprise, tied for 5th. Just one shot behind Fernandez. Southern Miss led the field with 56 birdies. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. Last time Southern Miss went back-to-back in second place finishes was in 2007. Up next for the men's team is the Seminole Intercollegiate Seminole Legacy Golf Club. I wonder if that's Florida State.
Oh, yeah.
I only say that because if you keep up with golf news, Charlie Woods, Tiger's son, has committed to Florida State to play college golf. So,
Wow.
Eddie, I need you to get in a tournament with them, and I will be there.
Yeah. That'd be like when Michael Jordan's kid came to Reed Green.
Yeah, I remember that.
You Stacey was like, Jordan's going to be here, man. He's going to be in one of those shooting houses. And he was not.
And then the duck bonds.
He was not.
He did not. He looked at one picture of the indoor Reed Green. And was
He's
like,
like,
nope.
no.
Nope.
I'm good.
I'm not going to that
Put a
yurt.
shovel in the ground. It's just, I don't get it. Shout outs, Pilo. What you got?
Yeah, let me get a little shout out music here, and we'll get rolling. I always say, I say his name wrong all the time. I usually call him Don Jonelson because that's what Nitro calls him when he gets excited. But shout out to everybody, just Nitro, Todd Maddox, that crew, Grant. Just they're a hoot. And so I also want to give a shout out to Ty Long and the baseball staff for being so great. I had my kids with me when we went up there and took
good.
Ty. Coach Oz comes around the corner and just, stops, talks to us, checks in.
I was like, mind the way. Sorry.
Yeah.
And he's like, really?
He's like, yeah, just
Really?
whatever y'all want to do, where y'all want to go. Y'all want to go on the field? All right, cool. So we got down there, and my son, I had showed him the picture of T-Rexy with the shirt. I just designed it that day, and he has one too, and it's blue. And you probably saw it on our Twitter account. And he was like, "Can I bring it to the field?" I was like, "Yeah." All the baby donos at Pete Taylor Park. So he brings it, and he just when we got on the field, he just kind of left it there at home plate and took off running around the bases. And I snapped a little picture. And
Yeah.
I mean, is it the reason we run ruled Alabama? I don't know, but his is named Rexy, so it's pretty close to T-Rexy.
Yeah.
So I told him that Rexy was now famous. So shout out to Baker. Hello. He called me today and just to nerd out about. I told him that I had enjoyed the broadcast, and we just talked about those freshman arms and talked about the team, and just appreciate him. And man, it's just I don't know how many people I've told, but I'm like, if you're not watching the game after the Pete, like, you're missing out, because our broadcast is second to none. I'll put it against. I'd rather watch that than I'd watch MLB on ESPN. Like I just, it's so good. What they do. They had Etheridge from D1 in the booth, and he told some story, and man, it was fantastic. And so I appreciate Baker and what the effort and the time that they put in to get all these little nuggets that they pull out during the broadcast and rush them. And they were so good last night. And that's it.
Shout out to Ryan Worsham, head coach of St. Patrick's soccer team down on the coast. They won the state title, and he came out to the Roost for a little bit to hang out And he had his Ted Lasso mustache on, just walking around about 5 inches taller than he normally is,
Yeah.
feeling it. But no, I mean, he's a good dude, and he got that job, and he is, state title, right? So, very good. And I'll echo what you said about Ty Long. We presented him with the dadgum shirt. He was still down in the cage working. I think there's like 2 people down there. Everybody else had left. He's still down there working. And he'll find himself back in that lineup before long. I mean, you got to ride the hot hand. And Seth's got the hot hand right now. I mean, don't forget, Ty Long is a super stud. Dude can hit it like 500 feet. He's so nice. He's fast. He's got a cannon. I mean, he's got everything that you need, right? So, so he'll be back. He's gonna be he's gonna make a difference this year. He'll be a reason that we win some games for sure, I think. But 100%. Very nice of him to step out there, take a little picture. Talk to your kids for a second. I mean, it's just a good dude.
Yeah.
Some guys won't do that. Shout out to Coach Oz, Coach Brewer, Coach Rhodes. Coach Luke came walking by. Coach Makovico. We interrupted her telephone call in the parking lot. And she's just like, wouldn't let us in real quick. But thanks you for doing that.
Yeah.
And also, I want to give a shout out to all of the people that came out to Reed Green Coliseum all year to watch basketball games. From Cujo to Mr. Danny sitting next to me to Robert behind me, Gary sitting down in front. Dude, people bang on our basketball team. It's like become cool to just not like it somehow. It's still better than football. It just is. It's fun. We won 10 games there this year. People are like, man, we suck. I was like, we almost won all of our games we played there. Like, you know why you didn't know? You didn't come. So it's partly to, wag my finger, but it's also, I enjoy it. I can't wait until we get to go watch a game at Reed Green. That's way more than I can say for going to the Rock. They've made that pretty damn unenjoyable to me. Anyway, so shout out to all those people. Reed Green's cool. It's really old. It's neat. It's like the drunk uncle, really.
Drunkle.
When you think about it. It's the drunkle. We should name it that.
Oh, Drunkle was there. Shout out Drunkle. He was there.
Was he? Okay,
yeah,
great.
he was. He was there. Hugged his neck. I'm ready for some of that pastelaya whenever you are ready. I knew I had one more shout out. There we go.
There you go. Got it. All right, great. I know it went along again. Sorry. It just is what it is. For all you people driving an hour and a half from wherever you're coming from, because that's where Hattiesburg is an hour and a half from everywhere, you're welcome. Yeah. This episode was brought to you by the Premium Light Beer, Yingling Flight. Established in 2020 by the oldest brewery in America. Crisp, clean, refreshing taste. Only 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. Pick yourself up some Yingling Flight today. That's it. Thanks for listening, whatever day you might have listened, whichever platform you chose to listen in on. Remember, you can follow me at Bumper J. Bailey and Patrick at P. Lowry. Follow us on all the social at To The Top Talk. And don't forget about the mailbag, tothetoptalk@gmail.com. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Tell somebody to the top today. And as always, Southern Miss.
To the top.
And here comes the song, John Smith.
Here it comes. Oh, there we go. Beat Bama, baby.
I could play for Alabama, USC, or Notre Dame. You have lots of things to offer, but Southern Mississippi put you all to shame. I was born here in Hattiesburg, never ventured far away. When it comes to playing football, here in Eagle Heaven is where I'm gonna stay. I could play for North Carolina, Ohio State, or LSU. You play a good game of football, but Southern Mississippi is a whole lot better than you. When the football season is over and done, the fans fans here in Hattiesburg will be proud of what we've done. I could play for the Georgia Bulldogs, Florida State, or Tennessee, but I chose Southern Mississippi, and right here at home is where I'll always be. I could play for Alabama, USC, or Notre Dame. You have lots of things to offer, but Southern Mississippi put you all to shame. I could play for North Carolina, Ohio State, or LSU. You play a good game of football, but Southern Mississippi is a whole lot better than you. When the football season is over and done, all your teams with famous names will see we're number one. Ask Mississippi State. Ask Mississippi State.